What do you look for when, because obviously we see you in a lot of federations. What would you recommend for, like what things do you look for in
I
federations, you
go
know?
to places that don't look like APRW. I go to places that don't look like APRW, and that's not a knock at APRW. It's just I've seen this movie before. Like imagine if every movie you saw, whether it was deemed the greatest of all time, was just like Star Wars or just like Spider-Man. Every movie, every single one. But it's like, yeah, no, it's cool, it worked, but I've seen this one already. What makes you different from this other one? It just looks a little different. It has a more confusing tag name. No, it's not fun like that. Um, I think a lot of places try too hard to be either just like the WWE or just like APRW. And ironically enough, they've been following the exact same template for years, whether they drop in new things or not. Um, it kind of always follows the same um, template. Like the strategy that APRW had was the exact same one that RCW had, which is the exact same one that RWU had. This is like years or like kind of the same thing. And they're not all the same. Don't get me wrong. Don't take my words out of context. They all have a little bit of originality, but I can't, like, I've been here for that long to kind of like, I see something in them that just seems really corporate and really similar, you know? And I didn't have a lot of fun in those places. I had a lot of good moments. In RCW, I did DX. Same with APRW. Um, but I did not have a lot of great moments other than that. And it wasn't because, oh, I'm not tag team with practice. No, just individual effort for me was more important than being with a big group. And I feel like groups kind of fit the mold a lot more to those places, and that's why they were more successful. Like I think you can see so many stables, heel stables at that, where they were ran by either a corporation who ran the company in general, or just something like that, where it centered around one faction, and that wasn't fun to me. It wasn't that. And this is me personally. I'm not saying this is law. If this is your bread and butter, have fun. If that's the main thing that I'm trying to say here is to have fun with it. But for me, I want something that always looked a little different. RCW or RPW rather was like New Japan. I've never been to a New Japan thing. I didn't even care about New Japan Pro Wrestling until I saw Kenny Omega. So once I saw RPW do this, and I kind of vibed with the way they did their style. Oh, this is interesting. I'll join that, and I had a lot of fun there. UXW, it's underground, it's grunge, it does things literally the ass opposite of everything else. Kind of, up until now, like it followed the underground mold of kind of doing everything abstract and different and just bold and random, and I loved that because it was supposed to be different, and it did just that. Federation Online, granted, was just like AXW. Not just like, but it definitely pulls a lot of things from them. Who also pulled things from TNX. Who, I mean, if you have a critique about TNX, you're probably right. Um, but I enjoyed that era of wrestling, which is ruthless aggression, which a lot of places don't really do justice with nowadays. So for me personally, I love that. WPW, um, Sway is an amazing builder, and he went above and beyond to make tonight's show look amazing and incredible, just like he did for regular shows. He built for ORW before they tanked the way they did, but they looked really good because of Sway, not because of SDR, but because of Sway, and he's translating that with his show now. So, I mean, I can obviously respect a good builder, an amazing builder at that. So, him as well. Things like SCW, they're not even like global. They're just located in the South. They do things old school, like the type of wrestling your dad would watch. Um, I never grew up in that, but I was always curious. It looked different, and their presentation is top notch to match that era. But the same reason people watch Stranger Things is the same reason people should watch SCW. They're doing the same thing, and it's super just different, and I get a different vibe from there. Like all these places give me different vibes. If I'm going to a lot of places that are the same thing, it's like eating the exact same meal every single day for the entire week. You're going to get bored of it, whether you like it or not, to the point where you get sick of it, to the point where you hate it. And that's not that. If I did stuff like that, if I didn't go to these other places, and I went to just the ones that all seem the same, trying to build up my career, so to speak, which I'll get into a little bit later. It just seems dumb and it's not fun, and you're not gonna value from that when you look back on it. You're gonna look back at how much fun I actually have. That's why people retire, because they feel like they didn't have a lot of, like, time and stuff aside. Some people retire because they're not having fun. And that's because they're going to a lot of places that are similar, not really willing to try anything different. I go to places that are extremely different for that reason. So that's why I'm able to have my head above water, because I'm enjoying what I do, because I'm eating different meals every day in terms of wrestling. So
Thanks for watching that video, and hey, if you like what you see, we've got tons of content right here on the Roblania Network. We hope you like, comment, and subscribe.